Alright, so let's get started setting up our multiplayer game called NerfWars, I think. So just like we did with the first Sword and Pistol Lab, I'm going to start with our XR template Unity project. So click on that. This is under Resources and Canvas. And this is a link to a OneDrive folder. Then I'm going to click Download. This might take a bit, so I'm going to pause for a second. Alright, so once the zip file is downloaded, and I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to extract that into my RAD 221 FA22 Unity Projects folder. Boom. Extract that, and I'll pause while that extracts. Alright, once this zip is unzipped and extracted, then in your RAD 221 FA22 Unity Projects, you'll have XR template main. Let me just see. Okay, so that's the Unity project. And I think we want to rename this. I'm going to click rename and name this NerfWars. And no spaces, capital N, capital W, whatever you want. Okay. Next, I want to bring that up in Unity. So I'm going to bring up my Unity hub here. There it is. And I'm going to open that project. I don't want GitHub. RAD 221, NerfWars. Open that. This will take a little bit, so I'll pause for a second. Alright, once Unity comes up, and it may take a while, let's see, let's go into Scenes, and I'm going to make a copy. Let's see, what I want to do is duplicate. So click on the scene, XR template scene, and edit, duplicate, and then I'm going to right mouse on that guy and rename this, guess what? Lobby scene. Lobby space scene. Double click on that, and there we've got our little platform and debug console. Let me play that just for fun. Just have an initial look. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, it's running, and I forget what my default avatar is. Actually, it looks like it failed. It's loading an avatar that's local. Anyway, so that guy's running, so I'm going to stop that. And then we're going to want to configure this for the Android platform. So I'm going to go into File, Build Settings, and select, first I'm going to add open scenes. Then I'm going to delete the template scene. So we've got this one scenes lobby scene as our one active scene to start. And then Android. I know for Android we're going to want ASTC compression. And I've got my Oculus Quest there, not that I'm going to deploy it yet. And let's see, I want to click on Development Build. I also want to click on Script Debugging just in case. And that looks good. Now I'm going to click, actually let's go into Player Settings. And up here in player, I'm going to change this XR template to NerfWars. I'll leave the space out, not that it matters. And then come down here on this package name, I'm going to make that edu.sccc.nerfwars. Okay, so that's good for player. And now I can click on switch platform. And that may take a bit, so I'm going to pause there while we configure for Android. Okay, you'll get a pop-up as you wait for the platform switch to Android. So this deprecated interaction SDK, that's okay to show assets and then delete assets. That's fine. So you can do that, delete assets. But when you go to Oculus, when it then asks to upgrade Oculus Utilities plugin, there you want to say, no, don't ask again, because that breaks Oculus link that we need. So no, and don't ask again. And then it tells you how to do it manually in the future. Okay. Alright, so it looks like we've got some script errors. Let's see what we got here, these errors. So it looks like those errors were from when we played our game. I'm going to clear all those guys, errors, warnings, and log statements. And let's see, we can still run. Just running in Unity now. Play. And the game can play. Let's see. We'll have an error on the entitlement check for the avatar, I believe. So I think the problem here is we need to configure a standalone user when we play in Unity. So to do that, you should go to Oculus and then Platform, edit settings. Now, for multi-user, you don't want to set this login to be yourself, the one you're going to log in to your Oculus with, or that you currently log into your Oculus with. Because to test multi-user, we're going to want to run in Unity and run on our headset, for example. So here, first click on Use Standalone Platform, and then clear credentials. And then the credentials we want to use, I think, is on our Oculus test user sheet. We want to choose this guy. It's going to be this not Meta Unity editor test user. This is the test user we want to use, I think. So let's go back to Unity. Not sure what that was there. Let's see. So paste that in. Looks like it was the same thing. And then test user password. Let's see. We're going to set that to Dracaris. So password for all these is Dracaris. Log in. That seemed to work. So the problem, I think, was that we needed to check Use Standalone Platform. So I'm going to turn on warnings and logs, clear this again, and run, and see if we get that test user avatar. Let's see. So far, no errors. So far, tweak the scene, and yeah, that's the right one. Alright, so that's all looking good. So I think that's all we want to do for this video. Now we'll have a starting place for our NerfWars game. So let's stop there.